Good morning, everyone. My name is Precious Okafor. I am a second-time founder. This one's for you, Joe. Second-time founder with a few scars, many lessons under my belt. Today, I'm here to share with you my most recent obsession, essentially. So, in August of 2023, my co-founder and I reached the peak of our frustrations with the current ride-hailing and car rental services in the West African market, essentially. So I'm Nigerian, but I work out of Accra from time to time, so Accra, Ghana, so I spend time between Lagos and Accra. I was in Accra at the time, and we had events, we had meetings, and we'd call a car and basically have to hold our breath because we didn't know what to expect. It could be a Kia Picanto, it could be a Daewoo Matiz, and on our best days, it would be a Suzuki Presso, which cuts you off move, so thank you very much for that one. Really made a difference. But essentially, we would joke about it and be like, oh, this is really bad, why is no one doing anything? And one day, we decided we were going to do something about it, essentially. So after months of ideation, we decided to build an MVP. When I saw the MVP, I was convinced. I was going to do this for a long time. I was going to obsess over this problem and this solution for a really long time. What is the problem? In Africa, ride-hailing services have very limited vehicle ranges. It's not just that, it's also poor service delivery from drivers because they're under-incentivized, right? And more than that, the vehicles that we do have on the market are in a constant state of deterioration because they're not being managed properly by the under-incentivized drivers. So we decided that we were going to tackle each of those problems individually. So we analyzed the problem and decided what is broken in the system, why are these drivers unincentivized, why are these vehicles in these conditions, and why are there not enough cars? And we determined that the players in the space right now were really just focused on the bottom line. But because we're looking at the problem from a consumer perspective, we really thought about how to approach the problem and solve it for the user, because we are the users, we are the market. And what did we build? We built an online platform, a mobile app that allows riders to have visibility and choice when it comes to booking a vehicle. So in Wenzo, riders can in fact choose what particular vehicle they want for every unique trip. So if you have somewhere important to be with your entire family and you want the 30-seater bus, you can get that now on demand on Wenzo. So that's what we're building. But you're wondering who wants this? Everyone. Every young professional right now on the continent who has a little bit of spending power just wants more flexibility on the transportation options. So we're talking about Lagos with a population of nearly 13 million people, and a good number of them are young professionals with high spending power, spending over $40 billion in consumer goods. We have Accra, we have Nairobi, we have Johannesburg, Cairo, all over the continent, even Namibia, right? So this is a solution that is targeting a wide market. Because of the fragmented nature of economic data in Africa, it's really hard to pinpoint the actual numbers, but we believe that there are so many young people like us on the continent who need this solution. Now, what did we do after we built an MVP, right? We took it to market, sort of. So we ran a closed pilot with 15 users, and we completed 50 trips. And the feedback that we've got from our friends and our network members is, this is a solution that they want. The solution prioritizes service and quality, and we were convinced that we had done the right thing. So now in December of this year, we are officially going to market in Lagos with Wenzo. So you can now access Wenzo commercially in Lagos. And we're here to ask for support from some of you wonderful investors in the room to guide us as we enter the market, gain market share, find product market fit, and hopefully monetize our first mover advantage. So that's me, Precious. Like I said, I'm a second-time founder. My co-founder and CTO, Benga, he is a globally sought after software engineer. He's worked with Ideal, Checker, all the big names. He built an amazing MVP and I can't wait for all of you to see it. So if you want to find us, we're down the corridor, the door on your right. So knock on the door. We want to hear your questions. We want to learn more about you. We want to talk to you. We want to share more about Wenzo with you. So please come find us. Thank you for your audience. I'll take your questions and their feedback now.
Questions?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, well done. That's much better.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you obviously are going up against, this is it. It's, you know, you've got Uber, you've got Bolt, you've got all these other guys. So you're going into, what can I call it? You're going to the lion's den, basically. How are you, yes, I hear the pitch around that you can choose the best ride and all of that, but how are you going to gain traction? What are some of the insights or tricks you can use to really gain traction in such a competitive market?
I think the biggest advantage that we have right now is we are an late-stage startup, like I said. We're very flexible. We have all these hypotheses that some of them we tested, some of them we haven't. Some of them hopefully we're going to test in 2025 when we go to market in December. But what we are convinced is a strong approach that we want to focus and hone into the next couple of months is our approach to customer experience. So we really are trying to create a better experience for the riders, and we believe that our passion and all the stuff that we're building to really make sure that riders can have control over their journey, riders can have better experience with on-demand transportation. We hope that that passion will come across and riders will eventually connect with that, and that's how we're going. But everything else we're really going to find out along the way as we learn, and we just iterate from there. That's our secret.
A gentleman over there.
Hi, great pitch, and the problem you're trying to solve is real. I had an experience with that this morning, and it's not fun.
Thank you for saying that.
Here in Nairobi, like when you order the Uber, you don't know what you're gonna get. But when I think about the problem, my challenge is how do you make sure that the driver is not gaming the system by presenting a car that when the customer finally sees it will still not meet his expectation? How do you fix that?
Thank you for your question. I appreciate you saying that. But yeah, the way we're approaching the market is we're not following the traditional approach that other ride-hailing services are following, which is basically working with third-party drivers. We at Wenzo are going to train drivers, and we're going to properly incentivize them to deliver top quality service. We're talking global standard transportation service to the riders. That's our goal. So every Wenzo driver that chauffeurs you on your next trip is trained, certified to provide that service to you. He's a Wenzo staff. He has everything he needs to feel, incentivized to deliver that trip. He's not just chasing the next buck. He's not just here because, he wants to raise some quick cash with the car that showed up at his garage. He's trained to make sure you get to your destination comfortably and confidently, and so that's how we're approaching that. In terms of vehicles, we've created a supply network of both fleet operators and just individuals who want to make extra income, maybe off of a redundant fleet that they don't use, and so that's sort of what makes up our supply network. And we're vetting the cars. We have engineering teams in-house, mechanics that are making sure that these cars are top quality, and the cars that you will ride will be top quality, and you can choose them, and your drivers will be vetted, all of that stuff. Hope that answers your question.
Next question over there.
Oh, it's right there. Yeah.
Hi. Can you tell us a bit more about the economics of this? Because I hear you on the greater experience, but we also know Uber took a very, very long time to get to profitability. So how is it going to look for you building a product at a very, very different scale and possibly a bit more niche than a product that's cheap for everybody?
So the way that we're approaching it is really from the user perspective, especially from also cultural perspective, because we're both Nigerians. One thing that came through from our research, especially in Accra and Lagos, is young professionals and just people like us in that environment really are willing to pay for the better service when it matters to them. So when they have an important event, when they have a special occasion, and they need to show up and they need to be extra careful about how they show up, they're willing to pay for the service. And for us, that really is our biggest focus for now. We're not really thinking so much about global scale and how we're going to compete with Uber. For us right now, our biggest priority is to make sure that we can penetrate the market with top quality customer experience, and hopefully, our product will speak for itself and influence the market that way. But again, we're happy to chat with you a bit more about it because you definitely have a lot of experience in this space. So we want to hear your thoughts, want to hear your advice, feedback, all of that stuff. So if you would like, we'll go back to talking at your own later.
Our time is up.
Thank you.
I don't know how close to half is.